Hello everyone, I am Mihika and I completed my bachelor's in psychology from SP College in 2021. Then I took a gap to study for all the entrances. I scored 87 percentile in CAT and 248 in NMAT, 99 percentile in SNAP and 97 percentile in ZAT. I converted SIBM Pune, SCMHRD, IMT Ghaziabad, NMIMS, Core and HR, and XLRI for HRM program. And of course, I've joined XLRI right now. Yes, that's it.
Okay, fantastic. Mansi, all
Yes,
okay?
sir. So, yeah, all fine.
Yes, Buddha,
I
please.
got 99.67 in CAT and I got 97.5 in ZAT, and I decided to join XLRI. I got calls from I got calls from Blackie, IMLKI, and I converted KI and was waitlisted for L. And apart from that, I converted all the CAP colleges, and yeah, I decided to join XLRI. Yeah.
Fantastic. But I think there are a lot of toppers who have excelled at CAT examination. I want both of you to tell our audience how to prepare for SAT, or Mihika, in your case, how did you prepare for SNAP? So what
Uh,
extra you have done?
yes. So I basically started with only CAT in aim because that is the exam which is known to everyone. And when people talk about MBA, it's only CAT, and they don't have an idea about any other colleges or the exams, so they don't focus on it. So I just had thought of CAT, and I started preparing, focusing on the quant part of it. But then gradually I came to know about all the other exams through Time Pune, and I also got to know that for HR, IIMs, it is better to join XLRI than IIM, and HR was my aim. So I think CAT was more on the tougher side, but also the other exams like SNAP, there is a lot of time management that you have to do. So you have 2 attempts for SNAP out of 3 that you can give. And I had heard a lot that attempt as many questions as you can from the 60. And during my first attempt, which was in December, I wasn't really prepared because I was just out of the CAT mood and I wanted to rest a lot. So I hadn't studied as much. And I think I attempted just 43, 44 questions and I gave up because it didn't fit in the time. So I couldn't complete the exam. And in the second attempt, I actually completed more than 52 questions. So I expected my second attempt to be better. But surprisingly, I got 99 percentile through my first attempt. So I lost marks in negative marking in the second attempt. So I just want to say that be confident in what you're solving. Don't run behind the attempts, because if you're 100% sure and you attempt only 45 questions, you will get into Symbiosis Pune. But if you just try to solve 60 questions, you might get wrong around 15 and then you'll mess up the exam. So I think you should trust your process, like your uh, you should be confident about your strong zones and not listen to everyone else. Then that was more it had a lot of critical reasoning. I did not expect that because the passages in CAT are very long, but they're easy to understand. The ones in ZAT were very short but very complicated. Like we had to read it thrice or 4 times to actually make sense of the English. And I was kind of confident about my English, but ZAT broke that confidence because you never know what they'll ask in the questions. And once you spend time thrice, you've already wasted so much time that you can't risk the time more. And even the quant was on the easier side, but the DILR sets were too complicated. And if you have the habit of CAT where you just stick to one set, try to solve the entire set and go ahead, and you apply that same in the ZAT, you will lose out on a lot of time. I think you just need to attempt 2 to 3 questions per set and just move on. You should know when to let go and not just stick behind one set. जिसमें भी जितने आंसर्स आएंगे just answer those and go ahead. So you need to let that I need to be perfect at everything. You need to let that go completely, otherwise you can end up scoring very less. So yeah.
Okay, okay, Buddha.
Mika,
Mansi, what about you, Buddha?
My name is Harish Rawat.
Hello sir, good evening.
You mentioned something partially. I would like to harp more on it. Um, in the course of giving guidance to the students, we always face one of the difficulty or one of the things which you actually didn't know, that there are other exams and other institutes. And I'm sure you are the most vocal. This thing, you'll be the most vocal supporter of the other institutes and all. Like so, I would like to again put back the thing which you said very partially, that we suggest students that they give all the exams. That is starting from CAT and this thing. So how forcefully you will endorse it in a more forceful terms? Can you go ahead with that again?
Uh, yes, sir, definitely. So CAT is an important exam because it prepares you for the race. So I wouldn't say CAT is not important or anything, but you get into the habit of studying continuously. Once you start with NMAT probably in August, say, you get into the schedule, you are able to study for a lot of time. And so by the end of the exam schedule, you can actually focus, because if you just stick with one exam, there is a chance that something might happen on that day, which does not give you the expected score. For example, for me, I was underconfident about quant, but I was very much sure that my DILR section would go well. But surprisingly, the exact opposite happened. I could answer complete like 11 questions that I had aimed for in quant and score really well percentile. But the DILR sets was so tough that my brain stopped thinking and I wasn't able to answer even I think 5 questions fully confidently. कि ये बराबर आएंगे. So if I had just focused on CAT at that time, I would have wasted my entire year. So definitely, and you need to focus on every other exam. किसी भी exam में कुछ last minute, if something happens, you will be disappointed, and you'll have to put the same effort again the entire next year. And that is, for me, it would have been difficult because it is already exhausting going through the process for 1 year, especially with COVID and everything. And then going through the same process when you see people along with you going to different colleges and settling down, and you are still stuck in the studying hole. So yes, give as much time as you can to all the exams, and at least somewhere you are going to get in a good college.
Next question is Mihika. Sorry, Mansi, you'll have to wait. Huh? Sorry, don't mind. Mihika, my next question is related in the sense, and very frankly, you have to answer that. How did you find the material uh, that includes the mocks and all those things for the OMETs? We say OMET is other management entrance examination
Yes.
and all. So how well it was? I mean, how much it helped you in preparing for the CAT exam? Whatever. I mean, the way you give the CAT exam, heartbreak or heartfelt, whatever is there, but then transforming from CAT to the non-CAT exams, and how did you find the material? Very frankly.
Yes, so absolutely. The time material was very much helpful in knowing what the exam is going to be like, because CAT, the entire pattern was completely different. And from that, I had my NMAT attempt on 10th of December, immediately 10 to 12 days after CAT. So I had to switch my thought processes very quickly. I couldn't give any other omits before CAT because that would have got me out of the zone. So my only source at that time was the mocks, because once the preparation is done for CAT, you don't really have to study anything from basics or learn any new concepts in the last 2 months of the or other exams. So it's all the mock test that can get you where you want to go. They are going to tell you what are your weaker areas, especially the analysis. Wherever you go wrong, the detailed explanation, it is very important to go through them so that you can know what areas to focus on, know what areas are different in OMETs and CAT. So the books and especially the logical part of it and the DILR sets, they are completely different in all the exams. So the mocks will help you understand what else you need to know, not study from basics, but how to get your brain thinking in that direction. So yes, the mocks and even the lectures that time conducted during those 2 months, they were very helpful, and the faculty was absolutely wonderful and supportive. I mean, I used to call Anuj sir at 10 at night, and he would help me with the SOP process for XLRI. And yes, they really helped me boost my confidence. Thank you.
I think I can't stop myself asking Mansi. Mansi, for you, the illiteracy was not there in terms of the other management exam. Am I right? I mean, where Mihika was actually, I mean, am I right? You already knew about the other management exams?
Uh, Yes, sir. As I was giving my like I applied for CAT, so at the same time I applied for ZAT, SNAP, and MAT, and IFT as well. Yeah.
So, I mean, why I'm asking you this now is because you have I am Code, Indore, I mean, the typical Asmanjas, they call it, ki, where do I join? And you've taken XLRI Jamshedpur as your first choice and all. So, my guess is that you prepared for all the exams with the same vigor. And that is what yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
CAT was the exam with the highest trigger, that's for sure. I think that's true for almost every one of us. But once you get into the zone of studying and you start understanding by solving, I think the other exams come naturally. And of course, there's some parts which are different. Like for that, you have your essay writing and you have the GK section. So that is something additional that you have to do. And writing always came naturally to me. So essay writing was not even a problem. But I think when you study enough for CAT, especially my weaker section was quant. So when I was studying for quant for CAT, I think that made that very easier because the difficulty level was much more manageable for me.
You both mentioned quant being, let's put it, I mean, you are, one of you is mass communication BA, another Mika is a BA psychology and all. Uh, and this is the problem we keep on facing, convincing non-engineers, uh, the traumatized students. You understand, traumatized students who traumatized in school about the quant part, maths part and all. Uh, can you just put things in one sentence? How do you manage? I'm not asking them to become an expert in math, but how do you manage that math? Mansi, you can start with that.
So I think it's going to sound very cliche, but practice is the key. Like devoted most of my time for quant. I did obviously study for LRDI and for verbal time to time. I gave mocks for them as well. But the maximum amount of time that I dedicated was for doing sectional mocks of quant and going through all the materials and all the resources available because. As much as I got in touch with different kinds of topics and different kinds of questions that will come in each topic for different difficulty levels, it really helped me. Like when on the day of the exam, when I faced a question of similar difficulty, it was easier to recollect. I would say.
Mika, what is your way? How did you kind of manage it again? The quant.
I think quant, I was not sure about quant until June. That was when I came to meet Anuj sir at the T.I.M.E office, and he asked me to solve two, three CAT level questions, and he just asked me my approach there. And I started just talking anything that was coming to my mind regarding what the possible answer can be. And that's when he said that, "Ha, dimag to sahi chal raha hai. You are going in the right direction. So you just need to know what to do with that data ahead. It's not like you cannot like understand it or comprehend it. It's just that my confidence was so low that I was scared of even trying to solve them. So I just had to get over that. And the lectures really helped me, the mock especially, and all the videos. Many people from my batch at times were not up to date with the videos, and they just attended the weekend live lectures. So they were really confused about what was happening. So I actually followed all the videos during the week, and I made a book of all the formulae, especially the important questions that the faculties gave during the live lectures. They solved everything, and then I actually copied down the sums to try and attempt them on my own, just understand them from basic. And if I did not understand anything, I always got back to the faculty, even the silliest of doubts. I really thought some doubts were like basic level that other people might understand. I didn't give a thought ki, how should I ask this? I just went ahead because I knew if I didn't ask any exam mein aaya, so I would really regret it. And it was, I think, the focus was really important. I did not give up, and it's really easy to give up quant when it's difficult because it's just head scratching. You don't know what to do with the information. There's a lot of information. You don't know which formula to take in, where to put it, and there are people who are just like, "Arey, kitna easy hai." So that really gets to you. So I think the most important thing is try. There's nothing that is going to go bad with trying. You make errors, it's fine. No one is going to laugh at you. The faculty is there to help you. Just use all the material that's available. Even the basic books, don't go without them. Don't just go to solve the difficult ones, because that will give you more tension. Start with the basics. You still have 6 months, 7 months for all the exams. Don't skip any material thinking that ye seekha hai, it's okay if I don't go through this. You never know which easy concept might help you get to the answer through some shortcut. So yes.
There's no quant in XLR HRM course, right? You won't have the
Oh,
quant
there
against
is,
the HRM course. I believe there's no quant.
there is. We had
ठीक
a
है, ठीक है.
preparatory
Thank you
course
both.
that
Thank you
has
both.
quant.
Thank you.
So,
Answered a very critical question which generally a lot of students have. Thank you so much. Yeah, Anu sir, you can go ahead.
All right. So thanks to both of you, Bida. One last question I would like to ask both of you. You know, many people aim for IIMs and IIMs only. And Mansi, especially you, when you were selected for IIMs and XRI also, you know, people would have come to you and told you brand name hai, IIM hai, you know, XRI is different, but you chose XRI HR over any other college. What was that one thing that you will say stand out?
So I definitely read up a lot, and I also came to you asking what should I do, what should be my final decision, because it was really difficult to not get lured into the IM brand, I would say, because but in the end, everybody gave me the same advice that you decide what you want to do. And since HR was a very like it was one of my major choices that I did want to do an MBA in HR, and then I thought, why am I questioning this? Since I am getting the best faculty for HR in the country, so. Uh, Although my other interest was marketing, so going to IIM Code would have been a great choice for me as well. But in the end, it's just about what you want to do later on. Like you don't think about these only these 2 years, but your entire life after that, because you're going to be working in the same industry. So what interests you and what's the best out there for your interest is should be the only way to make a decision, in my opinion.
Okay, Bida. Okay, fantastic. So I think I would like to thank both of you for coming here, sharing your wonderful ideas, wonderful thoughts. We wish you all the best. Do very well in XRIHR. And I hope that very soon you will be recruiting other people for IM and showing them what kind of a power an XRIHR holds in their hand. Right? So all the best to
Thank
both
you,
of
sir.
you, Bida. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All the best to everyone.
All the best.
Thank you,
Yes,
Bida.
guys. Good luck.